my dear students, how are you all? I hope you all are fine. Today we are going to learn about air. Yes, we are going to study about our lesson number 10 of our CBSE NCERT book of class 6th. Okay. This is a very prominent topic. It is very important for us all. Right? Air is, we can feel air, but we cannot see it. Is this the only property of air? Well, let's see. I assure you that by the end of this chapter, you are going to learn what all the other properties of air are. So, are you all ready? Let's get started. So, before beginning with the chapter, we are going to learn what we are going to learn about this chapter. Yes, you're right. We are going to study about the objectives first. Okay, so we will start by defining air. Okay, what is air? Then we will proceed with the characteristics of air. What are the different characteristics of air? And then we will learn about the atmosphere. Very important topic. Okay, and then we learn what is the composition of air. What does this air consist of? Okay, so we are going to begin with the definition of air. Okay, air is considered as a mixture of many gases. My dear students, air is composed of different gases. Okay, it has no definite shape or volume. Like this pen has a shape that it's in a cylindrical shape. This notebook also has a shape which is in square shape, right? But air does not have any shape, okay? And does not have any volume also. It does not have any weight also, okay? So this is the definition of air. Air is considered as mixture of gases. Mixture means many of gases are involved to make the air. Have you ever wondered how does this trees swinging? Can you guess? Yeah, it's because air. Can you guess how does this paper plane fly in the air? Yeah, it's because of air only. How does this clothes are swinging? Yes, it's because of air. So, we concluded that air is everywhere, right? We can see that this fan is also having the air. The kite is flying in the sky because of air, right? And this cap is also flying in the air in the sky because of air. So, with the air, we are going to study about very important topic, which is atmosphere. We all know that we all are living on our planet, on our mother planet, which is Earth, right? And we say that Earth is surrounded by air and air is everywhere. My dear students, the Earth is covered with a huge blanket of air, very huge blanket of air. And this blanket of air is none other than but atmosphere. Okay? So atmosphere is a huge blanket of air which covered our planet Earth. Okay? The atmosphere refers to the layer, okay, of gases that surrounds the Earth. Many gases. This huge blanket of air consists of mixture of many gases. It consists mainly of nitrogen, oxygen, and along with it small amounts of other gases also. We are going to learn about them later. The atmosphere provides vital protection, regulates the temperature and supports weather and climate systems. Right? What does this atmosphere, what does this huge blanket of air do? This huge blanket of air, which is known as atmosphere, regulates the temperature. That is why when the summer has to come, the summer come, not the winter season come, right? And when the winter is there is no summer. because of the atmosphere which is regulating the temperature of the earth. Okay, understood? Let's proceed. Okay, is air present all over the atmosphere? Yes, we have learned now that air is present everywhere. But my dear students, as we go upper side on our map, we see there are Himalayas on our northern side. It means there are hills. My dear students, when we climb up or when we go on the higher altitude, there is shortage of air. The air pressure decreases. That is why you might have feel that you are feeling suffocated and you are not able to breathe properly when you are on the higher altitude because their air pressure is very low. My dear students, while climbing the stairs also, when you climb up the stairs, it is very difficult for you to climb up because in the higher altitude, there is a shortage of air. Likewise, on the mountains also, the air pressure decreases. That's why you can see on the screen, how does this mountaineer is going on the climbing the hills? By carrying the oxygen cylinders behind him. And what does this oxygen cylinders do? By carrying the oxygen cylinders, these are filled with oxygen and this will provide the oxygen to these mountaineers and they will feel comfortable while climbing the mountains. Okay, so it is clear now that on the high altitudes the air pressure decreases. Here it is written the same. Air pressure decreases with altitude. Altitude means height. Okay, height. Altitude means height because the weight of the air above decreases as you go higher in the atmosphere. Atmosphere is the huge blanket of air which is covered by the earth, which is covered the earth. This is due to the fact that air has mass and the higher you go, the less air there is above you to exert pressure downwards. The higher you go, it will pressure you, it will exert pressure that you go down because the air pressure is low. Now, we are going to study about the next concept of air. So, before proceeding, you have to give me the answer. Is this glass which is shown on the screen is empty? Is it empty? Yes, this is empty. It's without the water. So, it means it's empty. Let's see we are right or wrong. So for this, we are going to have an activity. Okay, for this activity, you need an empty bottle or empty glass. Okay, so what we are going to do, an empty glass and a container filled with water. When we push this empty glass or empty bottle inside the water will not insert inside the bottle and it pressure the bottle to go up. Why does this happen? And similarly, when we just tilt the bottle like this, you can see on the screen, the water just get inside the bottle. This shows that the bottle is not empty. Yes, it consists of air and air has space. Air in the bottle is consuming the space. That is why the water is not able to insert inside the bottle. And at the point of time when we tilt the bottle little bit, the water just get inside the bottle because it gets space to enter inside the bottle. And you can see these little bubbles here in the water. This shows that air has, that shows that empty bottle consists of air. Okay, this is written on the screen also. When an empty glass is pushed inside the water container in upside down position, the water does not enter inside the glass due to the presence of air in it. There was air already present in the bottle. That's why the water is not able to enter inside the bottle. Okay. This shows that the empty glass or empty bottle is not actually empty and consists of air in it. Okay? Okay. We have learned about the first characteristic of air, that air has space. Now we are going to learn about the second characteristic. Air is transparent. What does this transparent means? Transparent means we cannot see it but only feel its presence. You can see here, students, these two girls, these two kids are enjoying firki. Okay, what is this firki? Have you ever seen a firki? Firki has a stick, has a pole with it, and some paper are attached to it. And when you put this structure or put this firki below the air or a fan, this moves. How does this moves? How does this firki moves? Because of air. Okay, you can see this firki is moving because it gets air from mouth, and doing like this, the firki is moving. This is how we can see, we can know that air is transparent. We are not able to see it but only feel it. Okay. Now next characteristic, air does not have a definite shape. Air does not have a definite shape, but it takes the shape of a container. For example, this air balloon. Okay. Air does not have a specific size or shape. It fills the shape of its container by occupying the space. Okay. When you blow the air inside the inflated balloon, the air takes the shape of a balloon, right? So this shows that air does not have its own shape, but it takes the shape of any container where you blow the air inside. Okay. Now next character, air does not have a definite volume. Air expands. Air expands and fill the space. Okay. To fill up the space inside the container. Okay. The amount of space occupied. Okay. Please listen it carefully. The amount of space which is occupied by air may change depending on the volume of container. Okay. Alright. It depends. The volume of the container. It does not depend on the volume of air because air has no volume of its own. It depends on the volume of a container of which shape the air is going to take place. Okay. Now, a very important question for you all. Do you breathe? Yes, of course, we all breathe. That's why we are surviving on this planet. But what do you breathe? Like this. What do you breathe? We all breathe air. Right. We all breathe air. But the question is, what makes up the air you breathe? What does this air is consist of? Which gas this air is composed of? Let us see. So my dear students, we already know that air is a mixture of gases, right? We have learned when we were learning about the definition of air that air is a mixture of gases, right? Let us see which gas we breathe in and which gas we take out. So, air is a mixture of gases and these are the gases which are shown on the screen. Carbon dioxide, nitrogen, butane, helium, argon. These are the gases of which the air is composed of, the air is made of. These are the example of gases. The balloon is made up of helium gas. Helium is the gas, my dear students, which is very light. It is supposed to be light because if the air which is present inside the balloon must be lighter, because that's why the balloon is going to fly in the air. right? Light object fly up in the air, right? So helium is the gas which is lighter, and that is why it is inserted inside the balloon, so that your balloon will fly higher and higher in the sky. Steam from kettle, argon in a tank, nitrogen in a tank. Okay. So this is the composition of gases in the air. 78% of our planet Earth is composed of nitrogen, and the air has 78% of nitrogen in it. Okay, 21% is oxygen, and only 1% is carbon dioxide, argon, water vapor, and other gases. We are going to learn about them one by one. So first is oxygen. My dear students, oxygen is the important gas which we all breathe. We all take in oxygen. Okay? And we all know from where this oxygen is coming from? Yes, from plants. We will study about the detailing later on. So first we are going to focus on the oxygen as a gas. Okay? Oxygen, first characteristic of oxygen is that we all breathe oxygen to live, right? Now the second major important characteristic of oxygen is the oxygen is the gas which is required to burn, right? Oxygen is the flammable gas, my dear students. But we can see here the activity. This is the burning candle, and when we put the container above this burning candle is full with full of oxygen. Now when we put this container above the candle stops burning because there is no oxygen left, and that's why the candle stops burning. This shows that oxygen is required for burning, right? But do oxygen causes burning, means severe burning? Let us see. It is important to note that oxygen itself does not burn. It merely facilitates the burning of other substances. Okay? It just helps and it just acts as a carrier to burn the substance. Let's see how. You all have seen in the restaurant, in the hotel, you all see the cook is used to do like this, which you can see in this video, right? From where does these flames are coming from? Is this any magic going on? No, this is oxygen. Oxygen reacts with the fuel in the pan to produce heat and flames. Where does this fuel comes from? So my dear students, this container is consist of many edible oils which are flammable, which catch fire easily. Okay. So when this cook person is swinging the container, the oil spills out and it catches the fire. That's why the flame takes place. The huge flames come outside the pan. Okay. So when these oils come in contact with the oxygen which is already present in our atmosphere, it catches fire, right? And you can see a large amount of fumes coming out of it. You can see here it again. See, these oils, when he swing the container, are coming in contact with the oxygen and it results in large fumes of fire. So oxygen is merely facilitating. Oxygen is merely act as carrier to the burning. Okay, oxygen itself does not burn. So what you're going to do in order to save yourself if you catches fire? What you'll do? Put water? No. Never ever spill the water, because water also consists of oxygen, and in spite of stopping the fire, it will facilitate the fire more. So in spite of this, you just cover the substance with the blanket, with the thick blanket. Okay, you can see on the screen. By containing the fire within the rolled blanket, it reduces the risk of spreading to the other areas. Just roll the surface, roll the affected body part with the blanket. Do not spill water on it. Okay. Okay. So we have learned about the major gas, which is oxygen. Now we are going to learn about the second major gas. What is it? Yes, it is carbon dioxide. So if we are going to talk about carbon dioxide, naturally we are going to study about photosynthesis. Okay, we all know that photosynthesis is the process which is carried by the green plants. Okay, so what does this photosynthesis process do? In this photosynthesis process, the green plants make their own food with the help of sun, light, water, right? And the major carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide we give to the plants, and we take oxygen from the plants in return. So this giving and taking of oxygen and carbon dioxide is result in the balancing, okay, balancing of these two major gases in our atmosphere. There is a question in your NCERT, how does these two gases balance in the atmosphere? By the process of photosynthesis. Okay, you can see. Now the next question is, what type of gas is used to fill up the balloons? This question we are going to continue in the next part. Till then, keep on learning and keep on revising.